Hi, so this is Numark's NS7. It's basically a hardware controller for Serato Itch software. Great thing about it, it retains all the best things about vinyl, but you get all the best bits of digital as well. So you've got motorised platters, things like you can set hot cues here like you can on CDJ1000s. The great thing about it is as well, these all store in your track library, so when you call the tracks back up, you've got all your cue points and all your loops. Looping at the top, there's two modes to the looping. The first one is kind of a manual loop where you just select the in point and the out point and it'll loop round. Great thing with that one as well, you can like kind of have the loop that you've done and keep doing that to do like build-ups, things like that, and drop in and out of it at any point. There's also a manual loop, which if you're doing things like house and techno where it's got a fairly defined rhythm, it will automatically pick up if you put it into that mode. And then you can just loop by the beat, 2 beats, 3 beats or 4. There's also a reverse, which basically reverses the platter. The bleep function, what that does, it does a momentary reverse. It stays in time basically. It reverses while you're holding it, but when you let go, it's exactly where it would have been. Pitch control, which like on CDJs, you can adjust the pitch range so you can mix quite extreme tempos together. This as well, which is really cool, basically track search, because obviously you haven't got a needle to pick up and down through the record. This allows you just to get anywhere on your track very, very quickly. So this is the mixer section, basically set out like a little 2-channel battle mixer. These controls at the top are actually for controlling the software. You can search through your track libraries and select a track onto each of the turntables. 3-band EQ section, really good crossfader. It's basically the pro fader that Numark do, so it's a lot better than the standard one. Really good for scratching. And yeah, that's about all there is to the mixer. You've also got crossfader curve control on the front. You can also from the front of here adjust the torque on the platters, which is quite useful if you're used to heavier turntables. So this is Serato Itch software. I've been using full Serato for quite a while. I'll be honest with you, there's not many differences. Itch is laid out a bit differently, but it's got all the same features. So here you've got track listings, that's tracks you played recently, or you can set up playlists in there very much like iTunes. If you want to bring a track off a CD or a USB key or somewhere else on your hard drive, just press files on the top of the mixer. You then get into basically into your computer, so you can navigate around any files or folders, and then just bring a sample onto either deck from there. These green sections you see at the bottom, basically that highlighted area, that's loops that I've kind of pre-saved onto each of the files. As I said earlier, the great thing about those is they save with your track, so when you call it back up, you can access those in your cue points without any messing around. And here, this is really nice, a visualization basically of what's going on. So if you've set a cue point, you can see here, I can follow my cue. The coloured line moves closer towards the middle the further away you've got from the cue point, so it's also very handy for knowing how many revolutions have passed.